My name is Roger Ruge, and I'm a mentor with Pathfinder Resilience. And I'm here today to give you a technique that is the foundation for heart coherence. Now, if you didn't see the introduction, go check that out because I explained the heart coherence piece to you. But the bottom line is with this technique, we're going to put you into a coherent frequency. And this technique is the foundation of all future techniques. So get this one right, and then you can build on it for the other techniques that come after this. And this is all about creating that beautiful heart coherence, which signals our brain, specifically the amygdala, that everything in our environment is okay. And that's a good thing, right? Because then the brain signals our nervous system to be parasympathetically restorative. And that's what gives us money back in the resilience bank account. And it builds capital in every way you can imagine. We're counterbalancing the hormones of stress in a very powerful way. And I have to tell you that this is one of the absolute foundations for every aspect of your health, mental and physical. But even more important, this is how we balance our heart. And our heart signals the brain signals the body. We have a beautiful loop of resilience taking place to help us navigate the adversities that life brings us. So this is your foundation, and it takes about 2-3 minutes a day to practice this. You can do it as often as you want. There's some days where a lot of life might be happening to me, and I may be doing this throughout the day. So in other words, cannot overdo it. It's impossible. This is a benefit. And the more that you do it, hey, more money back in the account. And I have gotten to the point where this is essentially how I am breathing and focusing my energy most of the time. I'm reading a book, I'm driving a car, I'm sitting in a meeting. It really doesn't matter. I utilize this all the time. And the more that you do it, again, the bigger the return on investment. But know that if you're dedicating about 3 minutes a day, couple, 3 times a day, big return. And you're going to feel it tangibly. Now, I'll talk to you about how you can understand tangibly what's happening so you can recognize the changes taking place. You don't have to have fancy biofeedback stuff. You can just pay attention to what's happening in the body, very specific areas of the body, and I'm going to share that with you. Here is the technique. Now, again, this is foundational to everything else we'll be doing down the road with the HeartMath techniques. But this is called the heart coherence technique. It is super simple. So I'm going to have you sit in an elegant posture, which means our spine is straight. Our body is in an upright position, but we're not rigid. We're relaxed and in an elegant posture. Feet are flat on the floor. Hands are uncrossed. Your arms are not crossed in any way, so just put them wherever it's comfortable for you. And then I'm going to have you either soften your focus, or if you feel safe, close your eyes. Either one's okay. We're just kind of checking out from the visual for a minute to give ourselves the best feel for this technique and what's happening. Okay. Now, here's what we're going to do. All breath is going to come in and out of the nose. The mouth is for eating, the nose is for breathing, especially when it comes to coherence in our heart frequency, right? That smooth sine wave is what we're after. So here's what I'd like you to do. I want you to begin to breathe into the center of your chest, a little deeper and a little slower than usual. The suggestion would be 5 seconds in and 5 or 6 seconds out. Anything in that ballpark. Do not obsess over 5 seconds. Has to be perfect. Not like that. Approximate that. If it's a little longer, no problem. A little shorter, no problem. But what that does is it brings us down to about 6 breaths a minute. And that's the magic number, because once we're there, we begin to become parasympathetically restorative through nothing more than the nasal breathing at 6 breaths a minute. But now we're taking our focus into the center of the chest or the area of the heart. So as you're breathing in, a little deeper and a little slower than usual, just notice what begins to shift in your body. Go ahead and do that now. Just allow that breath to flow. No obsessing over the amount of time, just approximate 5 seconds in, 5, 6 seconds out. All good. Now, as you continue to breathe, I'm going to give you a little more information, and I want you to keep this breath going and just listen to the sound of my voice and what I'm about to say to you. As this breath is flowing into the heart center, and you get good at this, you really focus on that center of the chest, the breath going through the nose, the relaxed but elegant posture of the body. That is heart-centered breathing. And one of the ways you know that you're becoming parasympathetically restorative is the following biofeedback that'll be taking place in your body. It could be any or all of these things. First and foremost, you may be feeling that your hands are becoming warm and heavy. You may even feel a little bit of fullness, as if the hands are almost blowing up a little bit like a balloon. You might notice a little bit of tingling sensation in the hands, or some people describe it as like just an energy, a flush that comes with the warmth, maybe even a little bit of a light sweat. But primarily, when you're in parasympathetic restoration, you're going to feel the hands are warm and heavy. As you get quieter, you may also notice that your lips are tingling, especially the bottom lip. You'll just feel like a little bit of a tingle. It's kind of subtle, but it's there, distinguishable. You may also feel tingling sensations up and down the spine. Now, it could be in just one little place on the spine, or it could be the whole spine, kind of like your spidey senses are tingling a little bit, right? But nothing crazy. You're just going to feel a little shimmer, a tingle, some type of sensation in the spinal column itself. And last, but absolutely not least, and again, it could be any of these, one of them, all of them, you may feel isolated tingling in different parts of your body. Might feel it on the bottom of your foot, might feel it around the trapezius muscle on the left side of the body, but you'll notice a distinct sensation somewhere in the body that is shifting, something that is new being added as you're doing the breathing. All of a sudden, your left arm becomes very tingly. So any of those things are called the proofs of parasympathetic restoration. That's where we have slowed down our heart rate. We're now no longer producing cortisol. We're signaling the amygdala in the brain that everything's okay. And as the body begins to relax, as we are flooding our body with 1,400 positive parasympathetic chemicals like DHEA, this is the counterbalance to the stress hormone cortisol. And the result of that is those tangible feelings that I just described. So you don't need a lot of fancy biofeedback devices. You just need to understand the shifts that take place and know that when you feel that, money's going back in your bank account for resilience, you're building your capital. Now, that is heart coherence breathing. I'm going to give you a bunch more techniques that all build on this foundation. So this is the right place to start. Once again, do this for 3 minutes, 2 or 3 times a day as a base, and you're going to notice profound change. I like to do it before I head into something stressful that I know is going to be stressful. I like to do this also immediately after something that has been an intensity, right? I had a lot of focus, a lot of concentration, or maybe somebody upset me. That's the time that I breathe and I practice this heart coherence technique, because all of that is counterbalancing the stress that's taking place in the outside environment. And again, I'm signaling my brain, everything's cool, we're okay. So the more that we practice this, the more we do it in real time as a preparation for something stressful or to recover from something stressful, or even in the middle of something stressful, if it's appropriate, begin heart coherence breathing. And that's going to take it down a notch, put some money back in the bank account, and help you navigate these adversities. So I will see you at the next video. And again, we're going to build on these techniques, and I'm going to give you some that are very specific for certain things that might be going on in your life. And you can pick and choose any of them that absolutely suit what you need at any particular moment in time. And again, the goal is always to find one that you love and that you'll practice consistently.